Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As you probably know, there was an explosion in Istanbul a few days ago, and the authorities in Turkey deemed it as a terrorist act. And guess what? They already caught the bomber, the person responsible for this. And I have two articles, one from Sputnik and the other one coming from Al Mayadin, an Arabic news outlet. Persons responsible for Istanbul bombing arrested, says Interior Minister. The blast, which has been deemed a terrorist act by Vice President Fuat Oktay, occurred in a shopping district near Taksim Square. It is the deadliest attack in Turkey in more than 5 years, killing at least 6 people and injuring 81 others, with 2 critically injured. A suspect has been arrested in connection to the Istanbul bombing, Interior Minister Süleyman Soylu said on Monday. Around the same time, it was reported by AFP that Soylu had accused the Kurdistan Workers' Party, PKK, of being responsible for the attack, which killed at least 6 people and injured 81 others in front of a clothing store in Istiklal Avenue. And I'm quoting, "According to our findings, the PKK terrorist organization is responsible," Soylu said, announcing the arrest of a suspect accused of planning the bomb. You would not guess who that person is. He did not address the earlier statement made by President Erdogan and Oktay that the person responsible for the bombing was a woman. Well, it's okay, we got this article from Al Mayadin, and it's the same date, the 14th of November 2022. Turkey detains Taksim explosion suspect, blames PKK. So Turkey's Interior Minister said that he caught that guy, that person, let's put it this way. And he says that a strong explosion was heard Sunday in a busy area in the heart of Istanbul. President Erdogan announced that the explosion in Istanbul left 6 people dead and 53 injured. The other one was 80-some, right? And I'm quoting, "The person who planned the bomb has been arrested." Okay. And then he says, for his part, Vice President Erdogan and Oktay said, "We believe that it is a terrorist act carried out by an attacker whom we consider to be a woman exploding the bomb." Oktay added that the explosion, which the authorities classified as a terrorist act, injured 81 persons, 39 of whom have been since released from hospitals. Justice Minister Bekir Bozdağ said a woman had been sitting on one of the benches for more than 40 minutes and then she got up, end quote. 1 or 2 minutes later, an explosion occurred, he said, as quoted by a Haber television. "All data on this woman are currently under scrutiny," he said. It is also worth noting that Istanbul's tourist thoroughfare Istiklal has reopened to pedestrians as per NTV news station on Monday morning. Istiklal Street was hit during a 2015-2016 attack campaign targeting Istanbul and other cities, including Ankara. These bombings, which killed nearly 500 people and injured over 2,000, were mostly blamed on ISIS and outlawed Kurdish militants. Istiklal Street is Istanbul's ancient district of Beyoğlu, is one of the city's most well-known thoroughfares. All right, well, PKK, whatever, is under scrutiny again, and those guys in Syria, the Turkish whatever liberation, whatever they are, again, they will be targeted by the Turks The Kurdish guys that are supported by the United States of America. That's a very big, fight between these guys. And at one point, I'm suspecting that accidents will occur in northern Syria, and not only involving the Turkish military and the US military, somehow present on the territory of sovereign Syria. Uninvited, but nevertheless they're okay, because they're the armies of the good, whereas Russia, that was invited over there, is the army of the evil. Okay, we know that one. So here we have a woman, and I don't really care if he's a woman, a man, a little people, a midget, or a circus clown. I don't care. Someone did something bad here. So it's very interesting, because if you remember, maybe, the assassination of Dugina, Daria Dugina, the daughter of Alexander Dugin, in Russia, in Moscow. In Moscow, about what, 2 months ago or so, maybe more, with that car with the explosion. All right. Again, allegedly it was a woman over there who followed the car in another car with another guy. So another woman, terrorist, assassin, how you want to call that person who blows up a civilian for talking. So you have a woman there, you have a woman here. I wonder what the feminists are saying about that. Probably they're going to find something along the line that they're just fighting back because they're stressed by the patriarchy or something. Any stupidity can be pushed forward by these guys. And why? Because the audience is of that level, and they've been working on this for some time with this kind of interpretations of certain kind of As I said, I don't care if it's a woman, whomever it is. Now, I'm not surprised that Turkey, probably when the conversation was over there, the meeting between the officials, they said, okay, let's bring Kurdistan's Workers' Liberation Party, whatever, that cleric in wherever he is right now, in Sweden or wherever he is. No, it's in the United States, in Pennsylvania, I'm sorry, whatever his name is, I can't remember his name. And then they put him forward and say, okay, which would be the most advantageous for us to blame it on? Oh, I think these guys will play the best. Bet right now will be the best in our interest to blame these guys. Maybe they were, but if you don't know who the woman is, how do you know it was them? I mean, they say, well, we think it's a woman who sat down 40 minutes. Okay, you don't even know anything about the woman, or at least you didn't tell us, but you tell us that PKK was responsible. How did you make that connection? Already. I mean, you, in order to say it was, I don't know, the town's police department, you have to have the evidence. You have to have at least a police officer that you have on tape, that you know that's the police officer, he works for the police department that you're talking about, and that guy did it somehow, and you have communication, you have his locations from time to time, in order to say, yeah, it was that police department of these towns, and name the town. But how can you say, well, it was that police department, because I think it was one woman, we believe she sat down on a bench for 40 minutes. Where is do you have it? And you should know her name, you should provide the name, you should tell us already that she's a member of that PKK. I mean, how did you get to that? Unless you know everything about a woman already, and you know she's a member of those guys, and you have the communication, you have the planning, you have everything. Otherwise, it's just, punching wherever you want to punch. As I said, at least put the guys here and shift them around and say, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the balls or something. So that's how it is. Otherwise, you would give us all information. We want to find out. We want to find out who they decide to blame this on. That's how it works. I'm not saying, no. That's the way it works. Remember that the guy, Hermann Göring of Nazi Germany, he said, well, and he's not the only one and the first one saying that, when you have a little bit of problems or anything in your country, just, point out to an enemy of the state and telling them that guy wants to attack them and destroy them, and you're going to have unity. Everybody's going to be behind you fighting that threat. The same here. They probably want to do something to the PKK or whatever, and PKK, and that's why they build this up for Syria. They have their hanky-panky over there anyway. But we'll find out. I'm pretty sure the Turkish services will provide us with the information necessary. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.